This is Bryce Newberger, and this is the Kinship Chronicles, Children of the Phoenix. Introduction. And there were dragons in that time, dark beings of incredible power. Their lust for dominance led them to contest with the Creator. This was their undoing, as the Creator cannot be mocked. Book of Life, Chapter 4. A flash of gold was all that could be seen as the gilded warrior ducked beneath a black blade. A whirl of light swept back at the shadow in response. The two figures separated from their clash, yet another pause in their days-long battle. On a desert plateau far removed from any civilization, these two figures had danced the art of death around one another. The purple horizon bled away the last shades of red as the afternoon turned to twilight. Melki, chief servant of the Creator of all, stood resolute. His golden armor still looked pristine even after 3 days of constant combat. His blade began to glow, refusing to stop shining, even when no light was present to give it gleam. He would not surrender. He would not relent. There was an insignia engraved upon his chest, a crown over 5 precious gems, signifying the Creator's rule over all races. It reminded him that he was doing the Creator's work, and in him he could do anything, even defeat a foe that had no equal. Opposite Melki loomed a dark being of immense power, Draconin, king of all dragons. His skin was a pale hue, the color one turns after death. The dark pupils of his eyes swam in the pools of lava. Tiny horns jutted from his hairline, creating a crown around his black hair. The same effect was given to his jawline, giving the sense that teeth were protruding from the bottom of his skull. His raiment was a glossy black, as if it were forged from volcanic obsidian. A single red diamond had been embedded into the center of the chestplate, surrounded by 4 other gems. This was his blasphemous twist on Melki's design, his way of saying that the world would revolve around him. Draconin spoke. "I tire of sparring with the lackey. Let the Creator come down and face me himself." "The Creator has a message for you." Melki's eyes began to glow a bright white. His sword began to shine like the sun, and a halo of light radiated above his head. "If it is transformation you seek," Draconin responded, "look no further." He let out a scream that deepened in pitch as he doubled over. His arms extended out before him, popping as they grew in length. His cuirass segmented and his chest expanded. His ribs and spine joined in the chorus of cracking bone and stretching sinew. His yell turned into a growl as mouth turned to maw and a lopping tongue rolled out, dangling briefly before jaws expanded to reclaim it. The growl turned to roar, and his neck extended foot after foot, and wings and tail unfurled from inside the reaches of his mass. Within moments, Melki was facing a hulking black dragon. "Creator, protect," he whispered as he rushed inside the dragon's guard and guided his sword to find purchase in the beast's gut. Draconin snarled and then snaked his serpentine head at an awkward angle, confronting his own chest in Melki's face. His mouth opened to reveal 2 sets of razor-sharp teeth. This was not what worried Melki. It was the 2 glands beneath the tongue. One emitted a sulfuric gas, while the other spat a slimy black liquid. Anticipating this, and what came next, the warrior had no choice but to retreat. Evacuating his blade from its meaty barrow and rolling backwards, he dodged the muck and gas mix the moment the 2 sparks clicked in the dragon's maw and ignited the whole concoction. Melki reclaimed his balance only briefly before a long tail knocked his feet out from under him. He understood now. The whole clash had been a front to get him to rush in, then retreat, leaving him off balance and in an inevitable position. He found a large talon on top of him before his body even hit the ground. Now, pinned, he felt the beginning effects of failure. Draconin's head swung over the defeated warrior. "Now what was that message?" he asked with sinister glee. The dread Melki felt subsided as he remembered his purpose. Hope filled him once more. He was reminded that it was not his strength that mattered, but his master's. "The Creator of heavens and the world has rebuked you. A crackle of purple electricity shot across the sky. Instantly, the horizon turned red and orange as if the clouds themselves were ablaze. Draconin took a step backwards, releasing Melky from his grasp. Understanding for the first time what he was really contending with, he lost all delusions of success. And he smiled, but it seemed half-hearted. "No matter," he said. "With the creation of magic, a power greater than me will arise. I will use that power to my advantage. My will be Before he could finish speaking, a pillar of fire shot from the heavens and consumed him. While the cylindrical inferno blazed before him, Melky turned to look upon the world. As far as the eye could see, similar flaming cyclones were blazing in the distance. He knew what that meant. Dragons had faded into legend. Thank you for listening. I'm Bryce Newberger, and this has been the Kinship Chronicles, Children of the Phoenix. If you enjoyed what you heard and you'd like to purchase the full book, then either look up New Books on the Google Play bookstore, NEU Books, or simply click the link in the description. The book is only $5, and I appreciate your support.